If you are a football fan, you know that there is one award every player dreams of holding, the Ballon d'Or. Given by France Football, the Ballon d'Or is football's most prestigious individual accolade handed to the player adjudged to have performed best during a specific period under review. However, the choice of the winner of the Ballon d'Or always tends to generate controversy. Remember Wesley Sneijder, who led Inter Milan to a continental treble and got to the finals of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, didn't even make the podium? From legends like Paolo Maldini, Thierry Henry, Raul Gonzalez to Xavi Hernandez, these players have all had their hearts broken by the Ballon d'Or votes. Erling Haaland is the most recent victim of this contentious award. Despite meeting all the laid-down criteria both individually and collectively, the young Norwegian attacker was pipped to the award by 36-year-old Lionel Messi. Kudos to the Argentine for winning a record-extending 8 Ballon d'Or title. But today, we're not here to celebrate winners, oh no, we are here to dive into the stories of 12 players who have been robbed of the Ballon d'Or. Let's go! Number 12, Bobby Charlton, 1967. Sir Robert Charlton, simply known as Bobby Charlton, was one of the best players of the mid-1960s. The Manchester United legend led the Three Lions to World Club glory in 1966 and received the Ballon d'Or that year for his performances on the world stage. Charlton was at the top of his game and was gunning to become the first player to win consecutive Ballon d'Or titles in 1967. However, this was never going to be, as a certain Hungarian talent named Florian Elbert denied the Englishman the opportunity to achieve an unprecedented milestone. Sir Bobby Charlton, who recently passed away, was playing in the more competitive English First Division compared to Elbert, who was dominating in the Hungarian league. He came in second place, losing to Elbert by a margin of 28 points. Number 11, Franz Beckenbauer, 1974. The World Cup that year was the yardstick for determining the Ballon d'Or winner, and it pitted two players of the finalist team, Franz Beckenbauer of West Germany and Johan Cruyff of the Netherlands. You'd expect that Beckenbauer, who captained West Germany to the world title and stopped Cruyff from making much impact in the final, would get the nod for the award. But it was the Dutchman who clinched the accolade, beating the German by a close election of just 11 points. Number 10, Gary Lineker, 1986. The choice for the 1986 Ballon d'Or was truly confounding because it corresponds to that of a footballer whose career was not generally brilliant, Igor Ballonov. To many, the top two favorites were Gary Lineker, Golden Boot winner at the World Cup and English League that year, or Emilio Butragueño, Silver Boot winner at the World Cup, UEFA Cup winner and La Liga champion. But Lineker, who was one of the most prolific goal scorers at the time, scoring 46 goals in 62 games across competitions, finished as runner-up behind Igor Ballonov of the Soviet Union. Number 9, Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima, 1996. To date, this is still the closest Ballon d'Or call in terms of vote. Matthias Sammer surpassed by 1 point the incredible Ronaldo, who despite a major injury was brilliant for PSV Eindhoven, presenting himself as a unique striker. Sammer presented as endorsement the Bundesliga, the DFB Pokal and the European Championship achieved with Borussia Dortmund in Germany to deny the young Brazilian his first Ballon d'Or. Number 8, Raul Gonzalez, 2001. Raul was one of the best strikers in Europe in 2001. The Spaniard was top scorer in La Liga and the Champions League. However, the voters favored Liverpool's Michael Owen on the back of the domestic and continental club trophies he won during the period. Talk about collective success over individual brilliance. Number 7, Thierry Henry, 2003. Critics consider Thierry Henry to be the best. Nevertheless, the Ballon d'Or awarded a 31-year-old Pavel Nedved who had won Serie A and reached the Champions League final with Juventus. Perhaps the jury knew little about the elegant performance of the French striker in the Premier League that year, where he mesmerizing defenders and scoring goals with aplomb. Number 6, Deco, 2004. Andriy Shevchenko won the Serie A with Milan scoring 24 goals, and it was sufficient to win him the Ballon d'Or. Meanwhile, Deco won the Portuguese League, the Champions League, the Super Cup and the Intercontinental with Porto, as well as the European Championship runner-up with Portugal was voted second. Number 5, Gianluigi Buffon, 2006. Italy won the World Cup that year, and one of its players was set to win the Best Player award. It was Fabio Cannavaro, who was handed the award when some believed Buffon would have deserved it more. Others preferred Henry, who had stood out in the final of the European Cup that Arsenal lost to Barcelona. won the Premier League top scorer, and played in the World Cup final. Number 4. Andres Iniesta 2010. I didn't expect to win it today, the words of Lionel Messi when collecting the 2010 Ballon d'Or. Everyone thought that a Spanish player would win. However, Iniesta and Xavi, world champions with Spain who won almost everything with Barcelona, had to settle for the 2 lowest steps on the podium. Number 3. Frank Ribery 2013. How Ribery finished 3rd at the 2013 Ballon d'Or award ceremony is still an enigma to many football fans. The exceptional French winger topped the charts across board that season. He won the UEFA Champions League, the Bundesliga, the DFB Pokal, the UEFA Super Cup, and the FIFA Club World Cup. So it didn't come as a surprise when he was crowned the 2013 UEFA Men's Player of the Year ahead of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. However, when the voting results were released at the Ballon d'Or, Ribery surprisingly finished behind 3rd, behind Ronaldo and Messi. What an irony! Number 2. Robert Lewandowski 2021. Robert Lewandowski has been robbed of the coveted individual award on 2 occasions. Firstly, in 2020, when the award ceremony was cancelled due to the coronavirus epidemic, the prolific Polish striker was the clear favorite for the Ballon d'Or. He won the continental treble with Bayern Munich and scored a whopping 55 goals in 47 games that season. 1 year later, Lewy was also denied his glory when the votes placed him 2nd for the award behind Lionel Messi. The former Bayern Munich man was merely compensated with the Striker of the Year award for his 68 goals scored during the calendar year. Number 1. Erling Haaland 2023. Many would argue that it was a World Cup year, and Lionel Messi clinched the biggest prize of the beautiful game. But it must be stated that Erling Haaland's performances was also outstanding and Ballon d'Or deserving. In his first season in the Premier League, the Norwegian broke multiple goal-scoring records, propelled Manchester City to a historic continental treble, won the European Golden Boot as well as other individual accolades. His tally of 52 goals in 53 games under the period under review was the most scored by any player across Europe's top leagues during the 2022-23 football campaign. By all metrics aside the World Cup, the 23-year-old had a far better year than Lionel Messi. If the World Cup was the only benchmark for determining the winner, then why did Beck and Bauer, Iniesta, Sneijder, and others who came out top in a World Cup year fail to win the award? The Ballon d'Or has witnessed lots of contentious winners over the years, and fans will always have divided opinions on who deserved it or not. Let us know in the comments who you think deserved the Ballon d'Or but got snubbed. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up by liking this video. If you found it interesting and eye-opening, also subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more exciting contents.